What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're taking a look here, the 19th of November, Aerodrome Finance slash the United States dollar. This will be a daily chart, and the price data here will be from Coinbase. We have another down day here this morning. This is Tuesday. For Aerodrome, we're down 4.1%. We have another daily lower low. Let's take a look at that and take a zoom in here. So these charts are on TradingView, by the way, free service I use. Should be accessible to anybody. So we have a daily lower high here. We have this big spike here that took place on the 15th, 15% up day. We have a lower high on the 16th. We have a lower high and a lower low on the 17th. Again, lower high, lower low Monday yesterday. So we actually did put in a lower low. In the early morning, we had a higher low, and then throughout the day, undercut that. Exactly, we talked about the opposite. We said, look, we want to see the markets print a daily higher low. So far, they haven't. Again, today, another lower high and lower low. We have potential support. The markets are finding themselves again at the 128, 129 level. That's right here. There's a white line and a red line. It's a potential area of support. It's come into play many times here for Aerodrome as resistance and support. Let me show you. So this whole zone right here, you can see the markets have found resistance here in the past before breaking out. Again, resistance, a little bit of support showing up here. We're finding ourselves again at that level. Question is, does it hold or do we head lower? All right, let's talk about that. So if we continue to drop here, the 119.87 could come into play again. That's where we found support on the 15th as well as the 14th of November, which would have been last week, last Thursday, last Friday, big rally on Friday. You really don't want to see this market take out the lows from Friday. So that would be 115, 1564, 115.64. You really don't want to see that because then that would be a shift in a change of trend to the downside. So we have a higher low, we have a lower high, and ideally we find support somewhere within here at the print a higher low before rallying. The undercut of the low would be a lower low and would probably take us down to at least 110 for starters. And what that would do it would shift this trend into a downtrend. For how long? That is unknown. It could be short term. It could be long term. Similar to this top here. This top could be a short term top. It's, every day that goes by that the markets continue to put in new lows and lower highs, it can, it gets longer and longer and longer. So what you don't want to see is an undercut of this low. If that takes place, guys, we should find ourselves pretty quickly down here to the 110 level. And that's when things start to get slightly concerning because it started to bring us back down close to where this neckline is. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you were around when we were covering the head and shoulders here, right shoulder, and then this was the neckline, which we found support off of and rallied. So again, if we take out the lows, we'll find ourselves down here at 110, which is very close to the neckline. So that is the bearish scenario, okay? And, we'll cover that in more depth as far as downside areas to watch if we start to take out that low. Let's talk about, we're not going to cover that at the moment. Let's talk about the upside. So similar to what we saw here is this down play has a reaction to the upside. Again, that's what could happen here. This downward play here can have a reaction to the upside. Again, we don't know how far how low, how far it'll go. But what we can do is you can use the Fibonacci levels. You could also, or I should say, what I do is watch my price levels. That's why I mentioned the 128, 129, 45 level. That's right where we're at today. It's held in the past as support. You can see over here on the 13th, it held yesterday as support. Maybe it holds today. I don't know. Time will tell. We'll know as the day unfolds here if this holds. And then in a perfect scenario, you'll print a higher low, maybe tomorrow, and then we can start to talk about some upward areas to look for Aerodrome. So that's what I see here. Overall, we're just in a large consolidation here with short to intermediate term trends within just one large consolidation. Let me show you an example of that in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, if you've been paying attention, which most of you probably have, Bitcoin was in, I should say, one very large sideways consolidation, right? But within that consolidation, you have trends. Here is a downtrend. All within that consolidation, here is a short-term uptrend. Here is another short-term uptrend. But if you zoom out in the big picture, it's just in one big basing structure, which obviously broke out and went straight up. So back to the Aerodrome chart real quick. Where is it at? There it is. Within this, it's obviously not as large as the Bitcoin consolidation, but it could end up being that large. Within this consolidation, we have little mini trends, to the upside, to the downside. And again, if this market prints a lower low, we'll be in another little downtrend, all within this large consolidation. So I think that'll pretty much keep today covered. Let's see if 128, 129 holds. If not, keep your eyes on the 119.87. If that breaks, look for 110. That's a next level of support. And I think that'll keep us covered today. Hopefully we don't trade lower than 110. But anyways, and then to the upside, guys, our targets are still valid. 162, 181, 171. Those are hopefully all going to come into play here, assuming markets do continue to rally, Bitcoin, etc. It doesn't look like it's finished yet. And I'm trying to clean up the chart here. And let's go take a look at Bitcoin real quick. Let me know your thoughts on Aerodrome. This is, again, Aerodrome Finance / United States dollar. That was a daily chart. And Coinbase is where this price data is from. Over to BTC USD. It's up $1,200 this morning. We're out of the pennant pattern. We are, slightly higher, not too much. We're out of this pennant pattern. Maybe it's ready for another breakout higher. Who knows? Still got my eyes on the 96, 626, 83 target. And then 130,000 way up there. We'll see. For some reason, I think 100 grand is going to be a big psychological level. And I don't know if it'll top out there or not. But Bitcoin, $100,000. Can you imagine the headlines all over the financial news if that takes place? And that could be the peak, the top, but we're not quite there yet. We'll see. We might not make it. We might get just close and then roll over. That's all speculation, guys. All links down below. If you have not yet checked out my other YouTube channel, it's a woodworking YouTube channel overall. Check it out. Drop a like, a comment, subscribe if you're interested in that. Appreciate it, guys. If we get some of these viewers over there, help that channel get off the ground. Of course, not financial advice. You guys have a great day.